Hello, welcome back. This is James Surreal again from UX Shape. Welcome to the part 2 of our shift schedule application. The last time we did this home page from the demo that I showed you, which is this. And we recreated it in Azure again. And this is the preview now, which is this that we've done. So a replica of what we've designed before. Now we're going to design the login page as well, and I'm going to show you how to do that just now. So let's go back to Azure and let's change this page name to login. Now once we've created that login, what we need to do is we need to convert this header to master, because the header is going to be consistent. So we need to convert it to master. So we say header, and we need to convert a footer as well to master, and we say not dynamic panel, not dynamic panel. We're going to convert it to master, and we're going to say footer. So we have that's consistent. So on the login page, what we need to do, we need to drag the header, and we just need to put it here. But remember one thing, we are in login page and we shouldn't have login button. So I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to duplicate this header, and I'll just say copy of header. You can call it any name, and I'll go into that header inside the dynamic panel, and I'll just delete this login and leave the logo. So we have that. Then I'll go back to the login page, and I'll use the copy of header instead of the main header, and then I'll drop the footer as well. But before we do that, I just feel we can reuse the body area as well. So I'm just going to get the body, copy that, and paste it in the login page, and go to footer, copy the footer as well in the master, bring it, and we paste it here. So we need to go back to the body and change something here. So we just need to go back here and just probably delete this that we have here. So we have the same thing here. So we need to go back to the home page and look at how we did this login page. So we have the header, and we have login label, and we have these two drop down and password and the login button and an image here. So we can quickly recreate that and drop an image here. Just make this a little bit big. Go to image. You can use any image, of course. Okay, let's find the other image that I use. Yeah, which is this one, and we can say recreate. So we just make it a little bit, and we can give it a shadow as well. So we call this 3 and we call this 0. So we have a little bit of shadow. That's fine. The next thing we need to do is we need to place the username and the password, and we use drop down. So I'm just going to have a drop down here, and I'm going to increase this a bit and say drop down, and a text box for password. And I'm just going to make this, let's make this height 50, and let's make this 50 as well. And now drop some label. I'll call this department, and duplicate it, and I'll call this password. Let's go back to what we're doing. Yeah. So we just need to highlight this and maybe change the font, change the text and make it 16, or yeah, 16 should be alright. And we can just align this properly. can increase the length so that when we align them, everything looks okay. And we can make this align, group this together, and we can bring this down a bit, and we can group this as well. You can group with Ctrl G, of course. So or you can just group from here. So I'll save that, and I'll put this. I'll highlight both of them holding the Shift key, and I'll align it with the image as well. Hold the Shift key down, align here, and we have the login. Let me see. Okay, so we need to do the header areas. I'll just draw another rectangle widget here, and I'll call this, and I'll just change the color to this, and I'll call this login, and we will change the font if you want to. Make this maybe 20, and change the color, and we will remove the border. As you can see, we've recreated this, and I will just say this is login area. I'll just say you can just change this to and welcome to Shift application, or we can just leave it the way it is. But of course, you can use any text that suits you depending on your own requirements. So let's go back to the login screen, and we can see it now. So what we need to do is we need to be able to create an interaction whereby when user click this login here, login button or login link, they can go to the login page. So we go to the dynamic panel, the masters, we go to the masters, and we go into the dynamic panel state, and we go into the login. You can actually put it within that dynamic panel, but I prefer to put it inside the text itself. So we go back here. You can't see the text right now, but it will always be at this corner. If you change the color, you will see it. So I'll just put the link here and say open link, and say open in current window, and open login. That's it. So I'll change the color back to white. Save that, and let's preview what we've done here. So we preview it, and we can click login, and we can see we've gone to login. But we can see that the design is centered towards the left hand side. The same thing we did, we just need to go back to login page and do page align, horizontal, vertical, and save. And once we refresh it, everything should go back to the center. So as you can see, we've not put anything inside the drop down list, so we can just quickly do that. Go into the body section, come back here, and go into this drop down list, and under widget properties and style, we will see list items, and we can just add as many, let's say department 1, department 2, and department 3. Save that, and we can just add one bit to show that user should select department. So we can say select your department, and we can say that, and change the font as well, and we can maybe increase it to 16. So we save that, and the password will go into the widget properties as well, because we don't want the user to see their password. And we can just say type, change it to password, and we can place an int there, or we just leave it, and we save it. We can preview this page now, and we can see that it's going back. So what we need to do, we need to make sure that this logo as well, when we click it, we can go back to the home page instead of going back to the browser. So we just need to go to this header, and we go into the master, the dynamic panel. We go to the logo dynamic panel, and we can just make this a header. I'll just say go back to home and go back to home as well. So what I just need to do is just to copy this actually and go into the duplicate header that we have, and we can go back here into the header and into the logo header, highlight it, press delete, and paste what we've copied here. So if we look at it, we have the same page right now. So we can navigate to the home page if we are on the login page. Let's try that. We'll go back to home page. Let's go back to login. Let's go back to home page, and let's log in. So now what we need to do, we need to put a button here so that when user logs in as well, they can go into the account area. So we go back to the login area, into the body section, the body dynamic panel, and we will put a button here, a button shape, and we can just say as this log in. Of course, you can add any text you want to it, anyhow you want to do it. We can change the font, we can bold it, we can make this white, and we can change the color to this. So what we need to do, we can remove the border as well. And we have this login screen. Let's preview this. And we have this. As you can see, it looks like what we have here. And that's it. So the next part of the tutorial will be, once we click this login, we want to go into the department lists page. So we're going to create that as well. I hope you've been able to enjoy this tutorial. If you have any question, drop me an email or drop me a message, or like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will be glad to assist you as soon as I can. Thank you very much, and see you again in the next tutorial. Bye.